Okay, so we can go ahead and start. Here we go. And actually, I don't want that part. I'm gonna want this right here. Right? Okay. So, here we go. Thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna go ahead and pass out this sign-in sheet if you guys want to sign in. Ms. Lucio, and then you can pass it over. So that way everybody can go ahead and sign in. And here we go. And then as we have Mr. Dima signing in, I'll go ahead and have you guys look at the agenda. Here's the agenda. And this agenda. Here we go. Here it is. Okay. So on the agenda, you can go ahead and see the norms. So the norms for this meeting is going to be keep comments constructive and professional, maintain focus on the topic of the faculty meeting, and to be positive, okay? So we are going to be working on the Summit K-12 program for our EBs, which is our emergent bilingual students. And then before we actually start with the purpose of this meeting, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves, okay? So as soon as Mr. Rodriguez is finished signing in, we'll go ahead and start with Ms. Lucio. And I am recording, just thank you for letting me record, guys. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Perfect. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ms. Lucio and I teach English.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Ms. Rosales and I teach world history.
Hi, my name is Mr. Dimas and I teach football.
Hi, my name is Mr. Rodriguez and I teach geometry.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so we are at Memorial High School and we have 1,000, if you guys want to write it down, 1,843 students we're servicing. Out of those 1,843, we have 594 that are going to be doing Summit K-12, okay? So those are the ones we're going to be working with. I know we've been doing Summit K-12 in the classrooms during Wolverine time. I was looking at some data, and some of the data, the kids are logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out. Do you guys notice that in the classrooms where like the kids will log in and sometimes log out? Really? Ms. Carizales, can you explain a little bit?
They'll just log in and then they'll just do nothing and then log out when it's over.
Let me see. And then they'll stay idle, like they won't even move or do any questions. So my question is like, how can we get these kids to actually do it?
You can say for some kids who has a grade.
Oh. Actually, you know who I spoke to? I spoke to one of the history teachers, the one, I think she's one of your friends. The one with straight hair, short straight hair. Miss Cepeda
Yeah.
in history. And she said she gives them, I think, extra credit points. Like if they're doing the, can you tell me this, Miss Lucio? Because I know she's your friend.
Yeah, she gives us extra credit. For the season.
Perfect. So she'll give all the students extra credit. That's perfect. I'm thinking that would be something that maybe we can like tell the other teachers if their usage is really well, then we can go ahead and do that. So we could do the first one since we talked about it on this very first one. A challenge is that they're logging in, logging out, or they're not being so compliant with it. Okay. And since we do collaborate here, even though we're adults, I have index cards, which I have right here. I would give each teacher an index card, and then you could fold it in 3, just like I have that one. Here you go, Mr. Louise. So very similar to the way we do tell the students, I'm gonna go ahead and do it too, as if you guys were my students. Here. Just go ahead and fold it to the best of your ability. And we're going to have 3 sections. Okay. Did I give you guys the agenda? I see you have the agenda. Okay. So we definitely, if you guys want to put on the very top, I have extra pencils if you need. But on the top is the progress, success, and challenges. And we already went over one challenge, so if you guys want to jot that one down. The challenge is that they log in and log out. Or how else can we write that? I don't know.
They say idle.
They stay idle, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dimas. So they stay idle. So they do stay idle. So what way can we overcome it? Is that we give them extra credit. So that's already one that we did. That's awesome. They stay idle. Okay. And a way we can overcome that challenge is to give them, Ms. Carizales, you said to give them a grade, right?
Yes.
A grade maybe, or extra credit. Okay. So this feedback is super essential because since, maybe I should make it bigger. Because with you guys' input, since you guys are the experts in the classroom, like you guys see what happens. And together we can make some recommendations for these teachers. And then one thing you could tell your colleagues, which I'm gonna try to also do in a TCLC, is that it also affects your T-test. So if they're not doing what they're supposed to do for those 30 minutes, they're not even at proficient. Okay. So, any success that we're having with those apps, with that app of Summit K-12? Any success that you see, Mr. Rodriguez, sorry?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Can you elaborate what success you see maybe in the classroom?
We spend more time on Summit K-12.
Woo, okay. Some of them are taking it seriously, and those who are actually progressing and spending. What's another way for saying spending? Maybe utilizing. We could put utilizing. and utilizing the program better. And that's just some, huh? Like maybe we could put few. I hope you guys can see that. I hope you can see because on the camera it just sees my big face because I'm recording, but I'm hoping the purpose is for you guys to be able to read and see that. Okay. So now I'm gonna give you guys some time to partner up. I guess you two ladies can go ahead and partner up. And then Mr. Dimas and Mr. Rodriguez can partner up. And you guys can go ahead and talk about the progress. I will put, I don't know, like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put this video. We're gonna continue working. It's just I have to record it for class. I apologize, guys. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna start working. And I want them to see that. Okay? I want the camera to see that. Even though I know you guys can see it. So you're gonna work together, you're gonna work in partners. And you're gonna be able to give me progress, one more progress, or actually 2 progress, 1 more success, and 1 more challenge. Okay? So I'll put a timer right here, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and put a timer for you guys. So Miss Lucio and Miss Carizares can work together, jot those down, and then Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Dimas together. And I'll put the timer for us. Here we go. Should I do 15 minutes? 10? 10 minutes. Got it. Go. Okay. Okay. Okay, are you guys good with starting to do share out, or should I give you guys 2 more minutes?
2 more minutes.
Are you sure? 2 more minutes? Okay, 2 more minutes. Sounds good. Thank you, Ms. Lucio.
I just wanted 2 more minutes.
Okay, guys. So thank you, teachers. And just like in the classroom, we want to make sure that we give our students enough wait time, that if they need maybe a couple more minutes, that you guys give them a little bit more minutes. Always check for understanding. Make sure that they're all working, and then have that accountability, right? Just like we have accountability for our students, I'm gonna have accountability for you guys. So you adults are gonna, and I'll write it down here. Okay? Let's cancel this, exit. So, does anybody want to share out for progress? For progress that we have made?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Lucio.
Their progress has been amazing. Their skill for reading has been getting a lot better than I've seen in a while, and I feel like it's helping them a lot more than it has.
Awesome.
Anything else, really?
Perfect. And you know what? I think also when we're looking at the data, that section where it's just the reading portion that they have, like we had I think about 500 something lessons that were done in reading. So that's a really good, and most of our kiddos, when we look at that data, because as you guys know, I'll be having data here specifically for THEDBUS. And if you look at our data, which you guys are more than welcome to come look at whenever you have a chance, you have our reading domain, our listening domain, speaking domain, and our writing. And if you look at the reading, we have 3s, we have 4s, like for example, Anthony Andrade has a 4 in reading. So that's the highest. He's at an advanced high. So there's very few red flags on the reading portion, which I mean, based on this data with the summer 12, it's gonna get even better, guys. Here we go. I hope the camera was able to catch this. Okay. Here we go. So how would we write that out, Mia? Miss Lucio, sorry.
Reading skill has improved.
Reading skills have improved tremendously. Improved. And let me make that big. Ms. Carizales, when you guys worked together, did you guys find another progress?
Yes, the typing is getting better or looking more good, more proper.
Uh-huh.
Because you know how kids are nowadays, they just text and goes whatever. But now since they've been on this program, they've seen more proper way to like be typing, and they're like, oh, phrases. Their writing has improved when it
Awesome.
comes to anything typing on the computer or anything. It's no longer short words. It's like the whole complete. It's beautiful, actually.
Yay! Progress, guys. Thank you so much, Ms. Carizales, and thank you for elaborating on that. So we do have those students that are actually, like, I guess the formal, more proper way. I like the way you said proper. So like the formal way of typing. So our typing skills, keyboarding. We could put keyboarding skills. Keyboarding skills are prominent, are obvious in improvement. How's that look? Okay. Actually, I should put bullets on this for now.
You have their little like bullet pointed thing.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Miss Lucio. So much better. Okay. There you go. That looks so much prettier. Okay. And so we do want to point out, just so that way you guys could go back and tell your teachers, since you guys are department heads, so you can go back and tell your teachers that the keyboarding skills will also be beneficial for the redesign. So let me put that in parentheses, redesign for, I just went blank. Redesign for STAR. There it is. Okay. Oh, we have somebody. Hi. Let's. You can open the door, Mr. Rodriguez. Oh no, I'll pass. Hey, man. And so, Mr. Dimas, did you have anything for success?
Yes, teachers are in power zones.
Oh, the power zones, which is like the fundamental 5. Okay, awesome. What do you mean by the power zone? So what do you notice that the teachers are now doing instead of just sitting behind their desk? They're
actually walking around
They're-
looking and seeing if they do it or not.
perfect. Yeah. So we could definitely thank you, Mr. Dimas. That's a success because we had a lot of teachers that were behind, and that was something that our appraisers were looking at. Power zone. So thank you for pointing that out. Here we go. It's too big. And I want the camera to see. Okay. And then I guess we just needed one challenge. Does anybody want to share? Oh, we haven't heard from Mr. Rodriguez. Go for it.
The speaking is hard for the students because they're shy.
Do you guys see that too? That they don't want to speak into it? And since it is, I can see it, like where it's their second language, that they feel uncomfortable. So how can we put that down?
Probably the shyness and more confidence.
They need more confidence. Okay, so students shy. So we need to ask teachers, when you guys go back to your departments, if you can tell them we have to make the students more confident. To build confidence. Thank you, Mr. Dimas. Let me fix that. Build confidence. Let me make that bigger, smaller. Did you guys happen to work on the bottom part? I didn't. Let me get that right there. So then together, I guess we can work on the bottom part. I know I told you guys just to do those top. There. Here we go. Okay, so now that we know indicators that show growth in the keyboarding, I know Ms. Carizales said what? That they're typing faster?
Yes.
The pace of typing is faster. And you said it was wonderful. I think your words were wonderful to see. Thank you. And then here, reading has improved. That was Ms. Lucio, and that was based on?
How long it takes you to finish the lesson for that day?
Okay, so the time it takes to finish.
Or how much has been achieved within that 30 minutes?
Thank you. You guys are like perfect for verbiage. How much it takes to achieve that task, that lesson for the day. Okay, and then here, why do you think the teachers are now, instead of just sitting behind the desk, are now actually actively monitoring?
Because now they're at their butts. Pushing them and telling them to do this, because if not, they fall behind and it's bad for them. Because education for them.
And majority of the time,
Yeah.
and majority of the time the lessons are on laptops, so the teachers are like monitor what they're doing on the laptop, see if they're concentrating on their work, or seeing if they're lagging and playing games or
Our
something.
numbers are higher.
Being on their phones.
There you go. Okay. So monitoring, this program has to be monitored because of that logging in and out. Monitoring, because it's on the laptop. Because it's on the laptop. Okay, and this file, I will make it nice and pretty, guys, I promise, and I will send it out so that way you guys, when you go to your departments and you're working with them to fix it, we have our indicators. We're gonna go over what our plan of action is gonna be. So we all know Wolverine time is gonna be from 2:15 to 2:45. We want to make sure that fidelity is key, that if the teachers, and of course you guys, you department heads will be getting this, and you guys will be very intentional in making sure that everybody gets the same information, okay? So fidelity is key. If you have a 7th and 8th period block, and there are students in your class, even coaches, Mr. Dimas, even coaches, you are expected to follow through with the Wolverine time, okay, guys? And it's just, these are best practices for our students, okay? I want to make sure that because the data shows, let me pull up the data. I should have had it up already. Okay, because the data shows exactly what we're talking about, which was being idle, it's very important, and I did block out some names. Here it is. When we look at the data, we can see that there is no usage. Now this is data for just the 8th, that was Tuesday the 8th. We had one student who logged in for 6 minutes, okay? Remember, these are, remember we started with the numbers. We started with the number of 594 students, 594 students that we have on campus that should be on Summit K-12 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because this is not happening the way it should be, based on this data, we're going to start implementing something a little bit different, which is why I'm doing this PowerPoint, right? So here, another red flag. It's 30 minutes that they're supposed to be on there. In 14 minutes of instruction time, I hope you guys can see. Why didn't anybody tell me that you couldn't see? Okay. Okay, here we go. So in 4 minutes. Okay, so now that we have done this and we've looked at progress, success, and challenges, if you look there, progress, success, and challenges, we have something that we have to make sure that we do. So I will be going over Wolverine time, okay? We're gonna go over this. I'm gonna share with you the data, okay? And just like we were saying how the students are not, something that's happening is that they're going idle, that they're not doing it the way they're supposed to, they're logging in and out. We have students, and this is only one day, which was Thursday, and I hope you can see. On Thursday the 8th, we had students who, for 14 minutes of instruction time, were, I don't want to be all up in the face, we're doing, for 14 minutes of instruction, logged in and out 3 times, okay? For 6 minutes that they did instruction for 6 minutes, they logged out in and out 4 times. And these are all yellow because they are red flags for me. 1 time, 1 minute. So these students are not logging, they're logging in and they're not even working. What's more concerning is, remember, we have 594 students that we're servicing. 594 students that we're servicing, yet look at all the ones, I mean, I know they could not have been, that this many could have been absent, okay? It was a Tuesday, we were not benchmarking, so for them not to have been logged in is a red flag. We have 1 login, 0 minutes. They didn't even get the full minute. And so it's very important that we adhere to this Wolverine time. So based on feedback, based on concerns that you guys have verified, and you have just verified with me, I'm gonna go ahead and start to go over what I want you to roll out to your department. So Wolverine time. This Wolverine time is not a 30 minutes extra of your content. So if you're a math teacher, you're not doing 30 minutes more of math or algebra. What you're doing is you're working with those EBs and you're adhering to what the campus is asking. So fidelity is key. And this is if you have a 7th and 8th period, which everybody except the English department, the ELA department, everybody should be adhering to expectations of the Wolverine time. Okay, coach? So make sure all your coaches, Mr. Dimas, that everybody is adhering to it. Okay, here. So with Summit K-12, if you look at Summit K-12, you can also align them to the goals. So you have 1.1, which is proficient. If you want to be proficient, you all goals aligned to stay in content standards and integrating the technology when applicable. So keep in mind that EBs that we're servicing, the state of Texas expects that they progress 1 proficiency level every year. And these are your ELPs. So we've gone over those. 1.2 can also fall into that, those 30 minutes. 1.4, when you are aligning your instruction for a purpose, right? And you have those instructional materials, which is this very beneficial app. 2.4, that you're regularly monitoring, which is what Mr. Dimas had said, when your progress, when you're in the power zone. And then that you have 3.1, which is clear expectations, that students are actively participating and with limited teacher direction. So they should already know they come in, they log on, they know what to do. Okay, this should be happening. Now, something that based on the data which I just showed you, where it was a bunch of students who had not even logged in, and which you guys had seen, hopefully you saw on the camera. You have to understand that here, if you look at this proficiency, if a student is for 30 minutes in your classroom, okay, and that student logged in 2 times and only did 3 minutes of instruction, that, and then you say, okay, we're finished, Wolverine time's done, go ahead and we're gonna start our math block. No, you're concluding, and it's here on this rubric, you're concluding the lesson even though there is evidence that few students demonstrated mastery of the objective. So you're concluding the lesson and you're finishing Wolverine time, and you know majority of the students didn't even log in, okay? That is an improvement needed right there, right? That's where it falls in the rubric. And these are hard conversations that your appraisers are gonna have to have with you if it continues. If it's something that's very apparent in one department, that whole department is probably gonna be, addressed, and you're gonna say, okay, you need to make sure that they finish up what they're supposed to do during that time. And then here, proficient, if you just wanna be rock solid, that rock solid proficient, then that's the difference. You end the lesson until there's evidence that most students demonstrate a mastery of that objective. And the objective for Wolverine time, guys, is that they do the app, that they do some at K-12, that they're listening, that they're speaking into the microphone, that they're reading, and they're answering those questions, and then that they're writing and typing, okay? So just so you guys, when you go through this PowerPoint with your departments, that you look at those proficiencies, that you look at those dimensions, and you tie it to what you're supposed to be doing for those 30 minutes, okay? And I know you guys have the long day, so this is only 30 minutes of your full day, but those 30 minutes should be very intentional, okay? So here we go. You have to know your students. We are in the third 6 weeks, week 1 of the third 6 weeks. You should know your students. Every single teacher, every coach, every music teacher, every band director, every art teacher, everybody should know their students. So you will know if they're emergent bilingual or if they're non-emergent bilingual, okay? If they're emergent bilingual, those 594 students, oops, right here, on Monday, summer K-12, Tuesday, summer K-12, Wednesday, summer K-12, Thursday, summer K-12, because 2 days out of the week, our usage is not coming up. So we're gonna start doing it Monday through Thursday. So listening, speaking, writing, listening, speaking, reading, writing. And why listening, speaking twice? Because of the data. The data shows that they're not speaking into the microphones because maybe they're shy. Just like you said, Mr. Rodriguez, you had said that they were shy. They're a little bit shy, so we need to get them out of their comfort zone, and we need to make them feel comfortable. A low stakes environment, go ahead, just try speaking. Even if you say it wrong, it's okay. So go ahead, and we're gonna practice so that way they can start feeling comfortable. If they are non-emergent bilingual students, you're gonna have to know what grade they're in. Then if they're in 9th grade, we're still doing summer K-12 twice a week, but it's gonna be biology, right? Because they're gonna be taking the test for freshmen. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, AR and Mayan, okay? If they're 10th graders, they're gonna be doing that IXL, which everybody got trained on. All of us know what to do on IXL. They're gonna do Accelerate Reader and Mayan, okay? And then Wednesday and Thursday, I did put the pictures because I don't want anybody to not know what they're supposed to be doing. 11th grade, exact same thing as the 10th graders, okay? And in your 12th grade, because the district's gonna take away these seniors, that IXL, the seniors won't have access after December when we come back from Christmas break. We want them to utilize it to the best of their abilities. So for now, we're gonna have them log in Monday through Thursday on IXL because it's a good program and it should help them with that TSI if they still haven't taken it or haven't passed it, right? Sorry. And then so here, that's that, right, for our seniors. And then for every single student, we're gonna want them to do just like Ms. Carizales, the way you had just mentioned, all students Friday, they're going to be doing proper keyboarding apps. And these 3 apps are all accessed through the Clever, which every student has access to. So proper keyboarding apps, the purpose is to target success in the new redesigned test, of course, right? We want them to be practicing so they won't be like, right? We're planning with the end in mind. And then also for the future lifelong skills in the workplace. And we're just not swiping up on TikTok or texting away. We have them start practicing these specific proper way to keyboard. Okay. Now, I'm gonna want an exit ticket from each one of your teachers in each one of your departments. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and have this QR code. If you scan the QR code right on your phone, what you're gonna get is, hopefully, so I want you guys to see it first. And tell me if I need to change anything. Feel free to let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we can go on with the rest of the meeting. So I'm gonna tell them to put their first, last name. Hopefully you guys can see on the camera. What time does Wolverine time end? I should have put where it starts. We can't. No. Okay. So what time does Wolverine end? Wolverine time end. And so they would put in 2:45 p.m. Right? And then the next one is, which program is being implemented for the emergent bilinguals district-wide? That would be Summit K-12. How often will the district be running reports? Oh, we have to tell them it's going to be 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, the district's going to be running reports. And then have them have any comments or concerns. Make sure we do that because it's not in here. I didn't put it here. Maybe I should put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. Just so we can make sure that everybody knows. End slide. And so from here, we'll go ahead and finish up. And stop presenting. I'll stop presenting, but my camera's still on, guys. So that way you guys can leave your exit ticket on the parking spot right there on the door. Once you finish drawing, feel free to take your time drawing. And then once you have finished drawing, I just want to really thank you guys while you guys are drawing. I really want to thank you guys for coming and taking the time to help me and to feel so comfortable in front of the camera. I know some of you are super shy, but the way you guys spoke, I really appreciate it. Awesome. And then once you finish, you can go ahead and put it up the parking lot over there. And feel free to take the agendas with you. These little ones, the index cards, you can leave them here. I'm gonna do this again with another group of teachers, but it's gonna be the CTE teachers. So, if I could have this, just to document that we went over it. Okay.